ScruffCast.
Yes, I plan to reach out to a few guest hosts who I'm sure when this goes live Wednesday morning, we're going to start getting texts. I'm over the guest host?
Yeah. Someone's going to get a little tinkle in their balls. A little tickle.
Oh, I think it's me.
Yeah, motherfucker. We're going to take it up a few notches right now. See if y'all can keep up.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 66 of the ScruffCast. I'm Dan.
And I'm John. And this week, we're actually back.
Yeah, we can say that this time for real.
Yes, we took a 1 week break to celebrate Dan getting married.
We sure did.
Congratulations, Dan.
Thank you very much,
and
John.
Your wife. I'm used to saying your fiance.
Yeah, now it's wife.
Yes, your wife.
Oh, that is weird, because I think this is the only time I've ever been able to even use that, because whenever I do mention her on here, sometimes I say, oh, my fiance.
Yeah.
No, I say, oh, my wife.
No more.
No more.
If you say fiance, she's going to think that you have another wife, a soon wife to be.
I know. Which, little does she know.
Oh. Yeah, that's how the Mormons do it.
And we got some great news. We got the microphone situation figured out.
Yes. Now, ideally, it's been transparent to the listeners because we've had me sitting further from the mic and you literally eating the microphone these past few weeks because for some reason one of the microphones was quieter than the other, and I found the problem buried somewhere in the Windows recording settings, whatever. But it should be fixed.
Thank goodness.
Yes.
Now I don't have to
eat your microphone.
I don't have to eat my mic anymore. I can sit back at a comfortable level.
Listeners, you should sit back and get comfy because we've got a bevy of listener emails to go through this week.
What did we say last time? We said we wanted to break the record for emails. We gave them 2 weeks. We wanted to break the record, which was 3. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The record has been broken.
Yes, I'm proud of the listeners.
We've got 4.
Hey, it's still breaking.
It's still broken.
We set a new record.
Killing it.
And there's still potential because I know that we have some regular emailers who didn't email us this week.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
When the stars align.
We might have 6 one day.
Maybe. That's when we're moving on up.
Yeah. We'll
have to be like, no, we can't use them all. We're too busy.
Yeah, we have to sort through them.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we get to that point. All right.
Now, do we just not read the emails, or do we reply and say sorry, not good enough?
We just don't read them. Like that's it.
We don't shut them down. Oh, because they need to listen. We want them to listen because we want them to have the hope that they got picked.
Exactly. Yeah.
Of course. What's
all
this?
Right.
Amateur hour.
Let's dive on in.
All right. The first listener email comes to us. The subject line is Coco is fire, because fire is all capitalized.
This is you, not
me. This is me, I know, but the way you were looking at me made me think like, oh, damn, did I pick the wrong email?
No, dude, I was just looking at my phone. I was waiting for you to start speaking. That was all.
Coco is fire. Dude, John, if you haven't watched Coco in the 2 weeks you've been away, you need to do some reevaluating and make some time. It's an absolute diamond in the rough. Definitely in my top 5 animated movies. This podcast actually inspired me to stay up late and watch it again. So goddamn good. So,
now, let's hold on. Stop. Did you watch Coco?
I can let the listeners know. I did watch Coco.
And
it was indeed fire. This listener is correct.
It was good. Okay, was it not touching, the ending?
It was touching.
It was nice. Yeah.
I can give it the recommendation now too. Listeners, if you haven't watched Coco, go give it a listen. Or give it a watch.
Would it jump into your top 5?
I have to look back at what I had on my top 5. Yeah, I'd probably bump Shrek out there, maybe.
Oh,
maybe
nice.
I'd finagle some stuff.
All right, cool.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Coco, indeed fire. Listener's correct. Goes on to say, there's a lot of overlap as to what I would choose and what's on your lists. Into the Spider-Verse was just an amazing overall movie and feat of animation. Also loved the first Wreck-It Ralph, but never saw the second. We'll have to give it a look. Couple honorable mentions, which we'll let couple honorable mentions go because this listener didn't even fully form a list.
Exactly.
Beauty and the Beast. I'm kicking it old school here. One of my all-time favorites. Used to watch the shit out of this when I was little. Okay.
Good, yeah, good movie.
Are you a fan of Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah, I guess so. I watched it a handful of times, maybe. I think my sister liked it, so I just watched it because she watched it. Usually the way things went.
Yep. Incredibles. This is also an all-time great. Just a really awesome and wholesome family movie. The second one also did a great job of capturing the original feel. They went a long time in between when the first one came out.
Over 10 years.
Yeah, that's where
15 years, yeah.
The whole thing, honey, where is my super suit? Have you seen that thing?
No. Did you watch the first one?
I did a long time ago, around the time it first came out.
Oh, okay.
Which was like, I don't know, 2007. Why, did you watch it?
I don't think so. And everybody's making such a big stink about the second one. Oh my god, Incredibles 2! And I was kind of just like, I don't know.
I haven't watched it. I added it to my Netflix list, though.
Yeah, it is on
which
there.
I'm slowly rebuilding up, because listeners may remember about how it got deleted when my girlfriend Taryn tried to change the language to Japanese and deleted my entire user.
She almost got away with it.
She almost got away. So every time I go on Netflix, I'm a little salty. Oh, Narcos. That's not on my list anymore.
I forgot the show existed.
I'm like, I gotta thumb that up again, so it's gonna go with the recommendation. Also, I gotta say, I hate that Netflix changed to just thumb up, thumb down.
What was it before? Star rating, wasn't it?
It was a star rating.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what do other people think? Don't tell me what you think about this for me, because it's not useful, because my girlfriend accidentally loads working moms on my account, so now you're gonna think what's thumbing up and down is changes for me.
Yeah.
Let me know what the other people think.
You know, the world's not black and white, Netflix.
No.
Can't just be thumb up, thumb down. Sometimes there's a little gray area, you know?
Yeah.
The 3-star, you know?
Yeah, like, you know, they say that's the best reviews to look at when you're looking at stuff like product reviews on Amazon, because if it's something is like given a 5-star review, chances are the people loved it so much they overlooked the flaws. But if something is given a 1-star review, chances are people are like, I hate this so much.
Yeah, the 3-star has balance.
Yeah, that they're going to overlook the good stuff. Yeah,
I like that.
Right. Listener goes on to say, ooh, this is a good one. Megamind. Man, this is the real diamond in the rough of animated movies. The amount of people who haven't seen this, it's emotional, it's hilarious, and it really does a different take on a superhero movie that just fits the whole thing together. Knocked it out of the park. Would highly recommend. Have you seen Megamind?
I have, and I can't say I feel as strongly as this listener does about Megamind.
I've seen it once or twice. It was like one of those where, like, I think my younger brother was watching it one time, so like I saw the second half.
Yeah,
but then like another time he was watching, I saw like, you know, part of the first half. So
yes, you piece it together, sort of.
Yeah,
it's not bad. Never mind.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Maybe it deserves a rewatch.
Maybe it does. Yeah.
Well, in the top 5, I would say to scrap the QTP question ponder as a weekly topic and instead include it if a good one happens to come up, as you guys have alluded to. Avoid stale questions and repetitive topics just to fill the space. I agree with this take.
Yeah.
Also, I'm on the cease and desist. Stay tuned. This is our litigation guy.
It is.
Because was it last week, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, when we said we found that other ScruffCast?
Yeah, we're taking them down.
We're on to you, Jordan Stickles. Also, I'm on the cease and desist. Stay tuned. From iPhone with love.
I like that. Okay, moving on.
All right. Thank you, listener.
Okay, the next one. Subject is Scruffies.
I don't know if I like that.
Hold on. Hi, ScruffCast. A couple of things. 1, I use the code word Scruffies. What does this entitle me to? I would say a kick in the teeth, because we don't call us Scruffies, okay?
But you know what? I think
we're the ScruffCast. You guys are our Scruffies.
I think we said, use promo word Scruffies. Like,
did we?
Ad reads, yeah.
Oh, damn.
Maybe.
Well, you know what?
I don't remember, but that's still what it entitles to you right now.
The code word just still gets you a kick in the teeth. Sorry. Number 2, congrats to Dan on an amazing wedding. I had a great time. As John stated, it was the best he ever looked. And by he meant himself.
I was looking pretty good.
First off, thank you. Much appreciated. And this listener was there. Hope they had a great time. Second off, John was one of the groomsmen, and we all went to go get our hair cuts, and we did like the shaves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And this is the first like haircut John has gotten that wasn't from Supercuts.
Hey, sometimes they go to Great Clips.
They
save it in there based on your phone number.
All right, yeah, there we go. And I'll tell you what, he looked like $1 million. He looked like Pauly D a little bit. He had like his little like blowout on the top of his head. We got to post. We're gonna post the picture to Facebook or to Twitter.
We should.
Do we have a Facebook?
I don't know. I don't think so.
All right. Nobody uses Facebook anymore.
Nobody uses old people use Facebook. I have this one aunt who recently got Facebook last year. She's always posting.
Is Jaime's sister?
Sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law. Even worse.
And it's just these baby boomer tier-esque memes. It's terrible. But you know what? Facebook does this thing where it's 1 year ago and shows you memories.
Yeah.
And she'll repost the memes from 1 year ago. Because funny memory.
That's
Anyways,
stupid.
Continue. I was looking sharp that day.
He was looking sharp. Yeah, so we're going to have to post that picture on Twitter. Yeah, just do it right now. Post on Twitter right now while I continue reading this email.
The one where I'm leaning in front of my badass car. Because I have to block out my license plate. I don't want the listeners to track me.
Okay. Yeah, this is getting...
It's getting complicated.
It's getting too complicated. Forget it. Don't post anything
It's late
anymore.
at night. It's 11:45 p.m. right now.
Yeah.
To let the listeners know. So we're not going to get traction on the tweets. We'll
True.
We'll have to tell our social media guy.
All right, moving on.
Anyways, if you want to see the tweets we already have, at ScruffCast.
Number 3. I love the question to ponder. As that last listener mentioned, it inspired some of your best chats. If you'd like one, then how about... If you had to choose... Okay, so they have a question to ponder, this person.
Yes, this is what we said. If you guys have questions to ponder you want us to answer, you write them into us. We're not bringing them to the show anymore.
So...
The listener brought one.
Exactly. Here we go. If you had to choose a team to manage or coach that couldn't be your favorite team... or a top 5 team in the league, any sport, though I imagine you guys would choose hockey, what team would it be? So, pretty much, the question to ponder is, if you had to choose a team that wasn't a top 5 team in any league, maybe a middle tier team, maybe a terrible team, and also not your favorite team, what team would you choose? Let's start with this. We'll start give our answers, and then we'll read their answers.
Sure.
You want to go first?
All right, so obviously I would choose hockey. Now I'm struggling. So not my hometown team, but my team of choice is the New Jersey Devils. I would say... See, I want to pick a good reclamation project, a team where I'm I can sculpt these guys into winners. They got the future ahead of them. I will say the Detroit Red Wings. Okay. Because they had, they had the glory years.
Yeah.
And they've faded, but oh no, I've changed in my mind. I'm choosing the Vancouver Canucks.
Oh, okay.
All right? Now, I don't really like Vancouver, because the media there, the media is bad everywhere, but, they just think they're the best, but they're not.
They're hot shit, yeah.
Right? But I choose them. They got good young rookies. They, would still be able to stay in Canada while I help, manage the team.
True.
I think the future looks bright for them.
Fair enough. I would choose the Anaheim Ducks in the NHL as well.
Want to live in Anaheim?
Duh. I don't care about coaching the team. It's not about your job. It's about your lifestyle. You're living in Anaheim. It's you're in California. You're in LA, but you're suburban.
Yeah.
That's the perfect amount. You're in Anaheim. You go to the rink in flip flops and shorts. Nothing better than that.
You can go to Disneyland.
And Anaheim, they haven't been good over the past year or two, but damn, they had some good years for a long, long time, right? So I'll go in there. I'll turn that ship around. That's what I'll do.
Damn, that was the correct choice.
It was, wasn't it?
Florida Panthers also would have been a good choice as well.
Yeah. Okay, so the listener's answer is, if it were the NBA, I'd choose Portland, so the Portland Trailblazers. Or if it were soccer, I'd choose, what is that, Sevilla?
Sevilla? I don't know. It depends how the Europeans pronounce it.
Yeah. I've never heard of that team. I've obviously heard of Portland, but not that team. Both of them are good sporting cities with great history that deserve glory, but are still pretty far from it. Fair enough. As far as my top 5 favorite animated movies, so I'll go from 5 to 1. Number 5, Space Jam. Hopefully LeBron doesn't ruin it. First off, Space Jam is kind of
it's a little
that
suspect.
Teeters. But if we're counting as an animated film, I think it automatically jumps in my top 5. I love Space Jam. It's animated enough. I think I'd give it to him. I'd say over 50% of the movie is animated.
I'd say so. Half the cast is animated.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, number 4, Into the Spider-Verse, which was on yours.
What was my number 1?
It is a fantastic movie. Number 3, Batman Sub-Zero. The 90s Batman movie about Mr. Freeze was incredibly sad and actually made you feel bad for the villain for once. Interesting. Never watched it.
That's a good choice.
Number 2, Emperor's New Groove. The only Disney movie, other than the Goofy movie, good choice, Dan, that I really enjoy. I've never watched Emperor's New Groove.
I watched a long time ago.
Yeah, I never watched it.
It's about a llama.
Number 1, Number 1, South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut. This movie got me into South Park.
Interesting. I didn't even think about like TV shows that had like one-off movies.
Yeah, because Simpsons had a movie.
I don't remember the South Park movie. I've watched it, but
Yeah, I don't remember. Anyway, keep up the great work, and congrats again, Dan. Thank you very much.
all right. Oh my God, so many emails this week.
So popular.
On to the next one. Subject: QTP. Hey, Jonathan and Daniel. This is the listener who likes to be formal with us.
Hey, what the hell's that about?
No,
I'm John and I'm Dan.
Oh, I thought you meant like, what the hell's that about? Like my, like a little bit of a snarky response.
Oh no, the snarky response is fine. I was getting even snarkier.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you know,
Scruffies, Jonathan and Daniel.
what would you rather, Scruffies or Jonathan and Daniel?
Probably Jonathan and Daniel.
Scruffies is egregious. It's like
bad.
a crime.
No, but like I said, we're the ScruffCast, and the people who listen to this are the Scruffies.
Yeah, we're Lady Gaga. You're the little monsters. Isn't that what she calls them?
Maybe.
Something like that.
Yeah, she might.
Hey, Jonathan and Daniel. Hope you had an amazing wedding, and I bet you looked quiet dapper.
I'll tell you what.
Quite dapper. But you know what? The way they wrote the sentence, it made it sound like we got married.
Yeah.
We were both standing up there wearing suits, but no, only Daniel got married.
Yeah, it was just me, but we did look quite dapper. I'll tell you that.
We did. Missed having the podcast last week, but here are my top 5 for the animated movie list. Was an exclamation. Number 5, Up. Have you watched Up?
I have.
I have not.
It's okay.
Number 4.
What?
No, just like this listener makes their top 5 all the time. It's okay.
It's okay.
Number 4, Monsters, Inc. That's a good choice.
I actually have never seen it. It is my wife's one of her favorite movies.
They made a second one, which I never watched.
Yeah, Monsters University, isn't that what it's called?
Yeah, you're correct.
There we go.
Number 3, Inside Out. This was also number 3 on my list. Good choice, listener.
Yeah.
Number 2, Shrek.
Yeah.
Number 1, Toy Story.
Now, Toy Story didn't make any of our lists, did it? Which, no hate to
I
Toy
think it
Story
was,
at all.
No, Toy Story was number 2 on my list.
Oh, damn, okay.
Shaking my head.
Never mind. Toy Story is a great movie.
I would have loved if I looked and it was on your list as well. But no, it's not.
I'd be like, oh, shit.
I also have a question to ponder. I can't entirely remember if you had done this one yet, but say that you find a book and you start to read it. Only to discover that it is your life. You get to the point you are now. Do you turn the page knowing that you will not be able to change the events to come? Listener. If you found this book and kept turning the pages backwards, you would have seen. We answered this one on the 34th episode. I went back and I looked because I was like, we definitely answered this one. And leads me to believe this listener is pulling their questions to ponder from the same source we were. Hypothetical-questions.com.
We'll answer it again. What the hell?
Answer it again. I think we said no. I said no.
Absolutely would not turn the page.
Because, what if you turn it and it's like just a little paragraph? You're like, damn, I don't make it to the end of the page. Yeah. God, oh, shit, homie.
Oh, shit, homie.
My answer. I also love if this listener wrote in to answer that that episode as well. They forgot.
No.
My answer. I personally would be very tempted to just look at the next chapter. It would be hard to resist, but hopefully I would be able to just put the book down. You're a long-time listener. Not that long. Not that long. But thank you for writing in.
Long time since after episode 34.
Yep. And the final email written into scruffcast@gmail.com.
All right. Subject is QTP. You know what this QTP thing is like? It reminds me of like cutie pie, you know? Like, oh, cutie pie. QTP. No? Anyway. Moving on.
Yeah, is that what the listeners are trying to call us? Cutie pies?
Maybe.
The last one said we're dapper.
That's true. All right. Hello, ScruffCast team. That I like.
I do, because it makes it sound like it's like a bigger media corp.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be my goal.
ScruffCast team.
ScruffCast Media Corp.
Yeah. ScruffCast Productions. All right. Yeah. I don't have a top 5 since I'm not a huge animated film fan, but I do have a question to ponder. Okay. If you knew you would get a huge inheritance, so let's say $25 million, from someone you had to marry, would you? This person would have to be in their 80s, let's say, but you would need to live together as a real married couple in every way until they died. Would you do it?
Well, if I was single,
yeah,
maybe. $25 million is a lot. Hey, maybe I learned to really like this person.
Yeah.
But then I'll be sad when they die. Then I'll dry my tears with the $25 million.
That should do. You're never gonna learn to love that person. See, I would just tell Anna, like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go do the side thing real quick. I'm gonna get us that $25 million. You know, you gotta make sacrifices for your family. That's what happens when you get older, you know. And this is what I do.
But then, what happens if the old lady lives to like 102? Dude, you gotta be married to her for 22 years.
I would just have an affair on the side with Hannah, you know? Like,
I guess
whatever.
So. I guess so.
She's 102. What, was she gonna be out there looking for me? Like, come on. She can't use social media. I can be posting everything on there anyway. Nothing matters.
On her scooter. Oh, Daniel. Where's Daniel? You just put a mannequin on the
Shut up, Martha. I'm coming home later.
Where's my pills? Dude, you never know. Remember the episode where the granny shot her son?
Yeah.
Dude, old people can be... They can be savage.
Gatling granny gun down.
What was that, episode 20-something?
I don't know. You're very good at remembering.
Because I have them all like notes.
That's true, too. Yeah.
Right, I have them all organized on my computer. And the listener went on to say...
Oh, yeah, jeez. Sorry. Well, hold on. I got a lot of stuff up on my phone here. I don't even know where it is. No, that's also not it. Oh, shit, I closed it. Hold on.
Would you like...
No, I'll get it here. Don't worry. All right, here we go. Looking forward to this week's episode. Keep up the great work. And congrats, Dan. Thank you very much again. Yeah, so that was it. They didn't answer their own question. I don't know. Was that a thing that is even required? These people giving answers. I like it. I like the answers. I guess you don't have to. You don't want to answer.
I guess you don't have to. But I feel like if you don't answer it, we don't have to answer it.
Oh.
But then it's like we could just not even read the email.
That's kind of weird.
I don't know. Yeah, we read it and we go, the listener didn't answer it, so we're not gonna answer it, guys.
Take that.
Yeah. So it's kind of ridiculous.
Okay,
right.
So
believe it or not, we actually got a packed agenda
somewhere here. We'll try to rifle through all this.
Yeah.
All right. So we were gone for a week. We did the wedding.
Yes, we should. I guess we should let the listeners know you're going away.
Yeah, I'll be away for the next 2 episodes. But no fear, John will still be doing the podcast.
Yes, I plan to reach out to a few guest hosts who I'm sure when this goes live Wednesday morning, we're going to start getting texts. I'm over the guest host?
Yeah. Someone's going to get a little tinkle in their balls, a little tickle. Oh, I think it's me.
Like when Cupid shoots somebody with an arrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The old ball tingle.
Right in the sack.
So, yeah, I'll hopefully get a couple of guest hosts for the next 2 weeks.
I don't think it should be a problem.
No, the ScruffCast is a very huge podcast.
We're a team.
We're a team, yeah.
ScruffCast team.
ScruffCast team. So it's like if Oprah's like, hey, you want to come on the show? You'd be like, I don't even like you, Oprah. Hell yeah, I'm coming on the show. So the ScruffCast has a similar pull.
Pretty much what I'm trying to segue into is just like a part-time host with the full-time benefits. That's what I'm going for, I want the full pension, I want the dental work, I want all that, but I only want to work part-time,
Yeah, we get contractors to come in. Ideally, eventually, we're both replaced, and we're just making the money.
Exactly. That's the goal.
No, we're just sitting there watching top 10s. We're like, yeah, sounds good, guys.
I can't wait. You guys are killing it in there. Good
top
job.
10 biggest sand dunes in the Sahara Desert.
We've all...
Like, we're just going to be sitting over there, eating Osmos, watching top 10s, and they're recording for us.
There's like the shittiest top 10s, because we've already watched, just about all of them on there.
Yeah.
They're already starting to repeat. All right. So, John, you have a Jaime story, do you know?
Just a small one. But
well, let's hear it.
My dad called me, right? Just, hey, son, how's it going? Yeah, I'm talking to him, whatever. And he goes...
You can't just, like... That's my favorite part is when you tell the Jaime stories. When you go, hey, son. That's, like, my favorite part. So, come on. Give it a little more emphasis.
I was standing there in the hallway. Or was it my kitchen? More likely, probably the kitchen. My phone rings. Oh, a call for me. Pull the phone. Oh, it's my dad. Hey, son, how's it going? Yeah, haven't called your dad in a while. Oh, yeah, it's all right.
So he's like calling you out, like, hey, you jerk, you haven't called me.
Yeah. Hey, but he always calls himself dad in the third person. Oh, well, you forget about dad? No. Hey, son, you forget about dad? No. So then I was, telling him, oh, actually, yeah, my friend Dan got married, yada, yada. Oh, Dad. Oh, Daddy. Oh, yeah. So then I can't remember what the root of the question, the real reason why he called. But he said, listen, when you get off the phone, can you do Dad a favor? And I'm like,
third person again.
Third person, right? And I'm thinking like, do him a favor, like, what's it going to be? It sounds like it's going to be a task. I got to like look for something like, do you have one of these things? Can you bring it over next time you come over? Then that also kind of like speeds up like the impetus of like going over there, because it's like, oh, you need that thing.
I got to get over there as soon as I can.
Right? And I go, yeah, sure. And he goes, can you look up how old Madonna is?
You gotta give him one of those Google Homes.
I do.
I got one sitting in my closet. I'm not even using it. He can have it.
And you know what? I blew his mind because I said,
it's gonna change his life if he gets one of these.
I blew his mind because I said, yeah, I can look it up while I'm on the phone right now. So then I pull the phone away, right?
Yeah.
And I'm Googling how old is Madonna. 61, by the way. Her birthday just passed a few weeks ago.
Wow.
And
happy birthday, Madonna.
Shout out. So I'm Googling, and you know what? I'm holding the phone like lower so I can just hear my dad talking like, oh, well, but you're still on the phone. You can look it up. Well, it doesn't make any sense. Then I look it up and I come back. I'm like, oh yeah, she's 61. And he goes, oh, okay. I was trying to know if she was older than me, younger than me. Oh, your uncle's here, dude. It's always the uncle.
He's the instigator.
If my dad's just sitting there, he goes, how old's Madonna? He goes, you know what? I'll ask the guy at work tomorrow. He'll know.
Yeah.
Right? That's
we gotta know now.
That's what I'm assuming. But if it's my uncle there, it's like, no, she's younger than you. She's Madonna.
There's an argument. Yeah.
This one didn't sound too heated, but like, dude, sometimes it's heated. He calls me in a fury. Like, that's just the way.
I got this dummy here.
Yeah, hey, I got your uncle this dummy here. How old's Madonna? He says she's younger than me. No way, she's older than me. She's been making music so long. Oh, she's 61. Oh, okay.
And what was it? This is Uncle Paul, right? Is this, what is it?
This uncle in particular was Uncle Val. Different uncle.
Oh.
Valdemar.
Voldemort?
Valdemar.
Wow. All right. Is there an Uncle Paul, or am I just going crazy?
No, there was an Uncle Paul. Uncle Paul was the one who was there, who needed to know if Sir Elton John, $1 billion. There's an Uncle Paul.
Because I know there's Uncle Bill.
There's Uncle Bill. That's my mom's brother.
And then there's Uncle Sheldon as well.
Uncle Sheldon, yeah.
Shout out to Uncle Sheldon.
I wonder if he's listened.
3 years from now when you catch episode 66, shout out to you.
So just a small Jaime story. It was just funny the way he phrased the favor. I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah, for sure. That is funny.
What do we got?
I got a favor I need to ask you. Jesus Christ.
And then I could just look it up while I'm on the phone, and I could just hear it like blowing his mind like off in the distance because the phone's in my hands. Oh, you look it up on the phone.
He's looking it up on his phone. Yeah, Voldemort. He's got like a little Preston nose. Okay.
So that was the Jaime story.
I like that though. So actually, before the wedding, going back to the wedding here, I had to stop by Walmart. You know, there's tons of stuff to do before the wedding and stuff like that. So I stopped by Walmart.
You were buying your wedding cake there.
Yeah, that was it, yeah. Surprise, I came from Walmart.
It's like, how's this going to feed everybody?
I bought three $13.99 cakes and stacked them on top of each other.
Yeah.
So I go to Walmart, right? And now this isn't the first time I've seen this happen. But it got me thinking. So I'm walking into the front doors and there's a guy who pulls up. So first off, I already hate the people who like pull up at the front of a store and kind of get out of their cars and like do stuff, go inside, do whatever. Because
did somebody get out but the driver stayed in the car?
No. It was the driver who got out of the car, parked in front of the Walmart. He didn't go into the Walmart, but he's like kind of out of his car doing some stuff, whatever. First off, stop being so entitled. You don't get to park up front there, okay?
Yeah.
You park in the goddamn spots with everybody else.
And you walk over.
Besides the point.
You got legs.
That's a side point to this, actually, but whatever. Second point, the dude is just blasting music. And it's like...
Well, he's out of the car.
Yeah.
That makes it even worse.
So he's already like bumping the music, right? If the doors are closed, you can still hear this music going. But on top of that, he's got his trunk open, he's got his driver's door open, and one of his back doors open. And it's just like, it's like rap, like hardcore, like gangster rap, blasting in his car. It got me thinking, like, dude, nobody wants to hear this, okay? Nobody wants to hear what you're listening to in your car. Like, do people pull up and think like, yo, I'm so cool, I'm gonna open up my door so everybody can hear how cool I am listening to this
that
music.
guy's heard of Tupac too? Oh man, what are the odds?
Dude, sometimes when I'm driving, okay, and I'll be like listening to music, maybe a little loud or whatever, and I pull up to a light, I will actually turn my radio down in my car a little bit because I'm like, I'm kind of stopped right now. I don't want to disturb the person next to me. I don't want him, be like, dude, why is this guy listening to his music so loud?
That's very
even though I don't listen that loud.
That's very noble of you, Dan.
I think so.
I
too.
never do that. I don't do the turn down at the light.
But you know what I mean? Or you pull up to somebody like at a light and they have like the music blasting where you can like hear the car vibrating like.
That's
you know
just
what I mean?
outrageous because like it's got to be not
so
even
stupid,
safe to drive like that either.
No, yeah, you can't hear anything going on. But like first off, you're gonna break your eardrums. I'm not sure if eardrums break, but you're gonna damage them.
Yeah, definitely not good for you.
Yeah, and then the people who pull up, open their car doors like that, dude, it drives me nuts.
Yeah, if you're gonna open the door, you turn the music down.
Dude, shut up! Sure. No one wants to hear what you're listening to. And I don't even think it was gangster rap. It was just trash. Whatever he was listening to was garbage. It was probably like a little grilled cheese or whoever the hell's out there. I don't even know who these people are anymore. It's probably someone like that.
Little grilled cheese.
I have to ask my brother-in-law. He'll know.
But cheese would be like CHEEZ.
Yeah, it'd be like
little grilled cheese.
I was actually talking with Anna, and I was saying how like if I had a rap name, I forget what it was. It was like little. Whatever. What it was like little something, but I would actually make it like LITTLE, like little something.
Yeah.
I just think it'd be funny.
There should be little smoke.
Little smoke.
But if you put like LITTLE, then you sound like a native. Little smoke. Little smoke. Come over here.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does sound like that's funny. Yeah. No, that was just my my annoyance for that day. I wanted to pass it on to everybody else too.
Fair enough. All right.
Oh, you have a little shout out here.
I have a little shout out here. So, I shouted it out on my own Twitter account, and I know somebody who listens. Tweeted back, said, "Yeah, bro, you were correct." I recently finished watching through The Boys on Amazon Prime, and it gets an official ScruffCast recommendation from me.
From you, I haven't watched it.
Very good. Give like a little brief description of what the premise is. It's like a world where superheroes are real, right? People are, born like super abled, right? But superheroes are sort of run by like this big corporation. And the superheroes aren't all necessarily like heroes or, good guys, right? Mm-hmm. So, the corporation's only in it for money, right? So it'd be like, maybe we'll let this city have a superhero to help clean up their crime, but the city's got to pay us like hundreds of millions of dollars. Right? So, without kind of, going too in depth, listeners out there, you should watch it. It's a little violent, but it's pretty good. And it's filmed in Toronto.
It does sound interesting.
It is good. It's on Amazon Prime.
I'll check that out. You just have to give me your Amazon Prime account number and stuff.
No problem, homie.
So I can check that out.
I can't wait till the ScruffCast big enough we could expense stuff.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Just put it on our Amex.
But at the end of the day, we're still paying for it, so,
No, it's just a write-off. You just write those things off.
Okay.
There's an episode of Seinfeld about that, where he's like, where do they write it off to? Because Kramer keeps buying, like, VCRs. And, like, getting them to write it off.
Okay, that's funny.
All right. Ooh, the next thing on the list was also put in by me. So, the note simply just says, I appreciate when the bus driver waits a few seconds when you get on the bus before taking off so you're not flying around trying to get to your seat.
You know what, though? I feel this one, though.
Right, because, like, you get on the bus, they start taking off, everybody's wobbling. It's like when a giraffe's first born is trying to walk. You're like,
dude, for sure, yeah.
Like, but, like, at the same time, I think, like, if I'm a bus driver, would I be waiting, or would I be kind of like?
How did I be gone?
Trying to get like
see ya.
Right, but
gotta make it to my stops.
But at the same time, like when I'm already on the bus and the bus driver and he drives so slow, because I'm not always leaving myself lots of time to get to work in the morning.
No.
And he like waits, and somebody gets on. Oh, don't like Humpty Dumpty. It's like, bitch, sit down.
Yeah, I know. It's funny because I remember like taking Anthony on the bus to go get wings one time downtown at the Wheat Chief, R.I.P.
Yes.
Yeah, and old wide-eyed Anthony, who I swear had never been to the city before, like walks on the bus, and he almost launched across. Like, I thought he's gonna roll.
No, you gotta start hanging on. That's why you got little loops.
Yeah, that's why you gotta hold on right away.
So just a little shout out to the bus drivers that do wait.
Lots of shout outs today.
Yeah. Just made me think about it. Another thing, I just had a lot of thoughts. I think these might have all came from the same day.
These are pretty much questions to ponder. All these things.
Almost. So
we said we were going to eliminate the question to ponder, and we come back with like 10 in this one.
We're literally just pondering questions throughout the podcast, but they're not in quotes questions.
Exactly.
So I want to ask, what do you think if you get hit by an ambulance while you're walking and the ambulance is empty, right, and it like strikes you as a pedestrian? Would they put you in the back of the ambulance and take you to the hospital? I was crossing the street, right, and an ambulance was making a right turn.
Yeah.
Right. And it had plenty of space. It wasn't going to hit me. But I was thinking, man, what would happen if they hit me? So I looked it up. I couldn't find a definitive answer for if the ambulance was empty and they hit you, would they...
Can I give my answer first?
Yeah.
I'm going to say no, that they wouldn't pick you up, because I feel like that ambulance is part of like a crime scene in a sense, right?
You're correct.
Oh, look at that.
Because I couldn't find anything in particular if it's like, what if it's empty, right? And it's just driving, because the ambulance didn't have the sirens on, it wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it hit you. I couldn't find that specific scenario. But if it was on the way to an like existing accident or something, and it hits you or somebody else, you're right. It has to wait there, and then they dispatch a second ambulance.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
Yeah. So
you could just ask me that before. This didn't even have to make it onto the podcast, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but maybe the listeners are quandering now.
True.
Is that a word, quandering?
I don't know. You got me with it. I went, true. I assumed you knew it was a word, so I was just trying to be smart with you. That's all.
Oh yes, quandering.
Quandering, but of course.
And then this is the last little question I have on here, but it's like I don't know why it hasn't been done. Why don't they have drones for washing skyscraper windows? Now, the reason I ask is because downtown Toronto, there's a building. I don't know what building it is, but if you think of the side profile of the building, it's like shaped like the blade of a butcher knife, right? So it's like one side's flat, and the other side is like, kind of tapers down. It's like a big curve.
Oh, is this the one that's kind of close to the ACC?
Correct.
Oh, yeah. It looks like a giant machete.
Yeah.
I
guess a machete would have been a
Yeah.
better vision.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
So I saw that coming out of the tip of the machete knife, if you will, a giant like boom arm sticking out, and then a rope that comes down, and on the end of that rope is like the window washing like little platform thing.
Right.
For people who are standing there washing the windows, and like this is a big ass building, and I'm like, that seems so cumbersome.
Oh yeah.
Have it stick out. Like, why don't they have drones that just wash these windows?
Actually, I don't think drones are that precise yet. Like, I don't think they are.
Well, no, they would be like manually operated. They wouldn't just be like automated.
Still, I don't even think like a human could operate it that way.
I think so.
I don't know.
But you know what? Also, the window, the whole building is like curved. Why don't they just like let go of a giant bucket of soap? Let it fly down the building.
I'm surprised there's not just like almost like a windshield wiper on these buildings, right? Like a big squeegee that spans the whole window. It'd probably be expensive. That's why. Would. And it's just like automatic, right? It gets sprayed with water or something.
Yeah.
And goes back up. But again, that would probably be outrageously expensive.
It'd be nice if they
had like every single window with that.
Yeah, if they had a little something like that for like humans, like when you get out of the shower, it just squeegees you.
Oh god, it'd feel so uncomfortable. I wouldn't like that.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I think I've read before or seen that they have like some buildings have where the windows will flip inside out. That seems kind of like dangerous, though.
They'll flip inside out, so you can like
it's like a giant panel that will flip. Yeah.
Okay.
Or I guess you could just have the clean inside. You just clean the inside and flip it, and then you got the dirty part inside.
Yeah.
Then you have to clean it. But anyways, just some random things came to mind.
Random thoughts.
Random thoughts. Yeah.
But we are going on to the best part of the podcast, the top 5.
Yes.
John, what do we have in store for today?
So this week we're doing top 5 comedians or comedians, if some of them were female.
Oh
yes, of course.
Obviously, none of them are going to be female because they're not. Fun.
You're already yawning. Thinking of their comedy.
Yeah, so I think we kind of did like not just movie, not like movie comedians, like stand-up comedians more so.
Yeah,
it's kind of what we went.
I specifically went based on stand-up.
Yeah. Okay, when we start off, since I was in the captain's chair last time because of the mic situation.
Yeah.
You went first, so I'll go back to being first again.
Are you normally first?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am.
I don't even remember. It's been 2 weeks. I don't remember what's going on.
All right, my number 5, Adam Devine.
Oh.
So Adam Devine. Well, first off, he's in the show Workaholics, which is on the Comedy
that's
Network.
got the ScruffCast thumbs up, too. That's a great show.
Fantastic show. He's been in that movie Pitch Perfect, too, for other people who may have not watched Workaholics. But he also does stand-up comedy, and it's pretty funny. He's
Really? I've never watched any of his stand-up.
Yeah, he's got a special on Netflix. It's like stupid, but he's so like, he's like very animated. Not to the Jim Carrey level of animated, but you know what I mean. It's the same kind of thing, right? And he's like a short little guy. He's just funny. He makes me laugh. That's probably gonna be the answer for all of these. He makes me laugh.
Well,
that's their job.
Comedy's subjective, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So
Right.
that's my number 5, Adam Devine.
Right. My number 5. I had a tough time coming up with comics. I feel like I'm not as well versed in the world of stand-up comedy.
Fair enough.
But I put Aziz Ansari.
Oh, okay.
Now, I don't know, man. The guy's just funny. Like, it is hard to give reasonings. Like, I think he's funny, but not as funny as the other 4 guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. He's just a little less funny than the rest of the people.
He disappeared for a while. He got Me Too'd, and then he came back. I haven't watched his stand-up since. I don't know what it's like now.
I watched his newest one, and he kind of like... I watched like half of it where he kind of talks about that. It was pretty funny. He had some good stuff in there. Speaking of getting Me Too'd, my number 4, Louis C.K.
Ooh. Yeah, he got Me Too'd.
He got Me Too'd as well.
Okay.
Which, fairly or unfairly, however you want to look at that one, but it is what it is. But I used to love Louis C.K. Like, he was probably one of my favorite comedians, yeah, for a while. But his jokes were just, I don't know, very, very funny.
I've watched some of his stuff, and I always thought he was like, he's funny, but like, I don't know. I feel like I'm a tough critic.
He had a... yeah.
I always tell my girlfriend I'm the barometer of comedy. Like, you know how some people have perfect pitch? I have perfect comedy. If it doesn't make me laugh, it's not funny. which she hates because there's lots of things
I found like he had a lot of good bits. Like, just really good bits. Yeah, that were funny. So, Louis C.K., my number 4.
My number 4. A little bit of hometown representation with Russell Peters.
Oh, didn't even think about
Russell Peters. He's been around for a long time now. Like, I feel like you'd be...
I feel like the late 90s?
I think so.
Early 2000s? Yeah, around there.
And, you know, he had like a special on the Comedy Channel like long ago where it was like, you know, his big thing is, he does like racial comedy, right? So he's just, his accents and stuff and impressions. And he's like Indian, right? So he's telling the story of, growing up and his parents were like, he went over to his white friend's house and, the white kid was like a little douche.
Yeah,
right.
Ryan,
he's like, oh yeah, well, if you don't do whatever I want, Mom, then I'm going to call, Child Protective Services. And he goes, oh, I'm going to use that trick. And then his parents are just talking about beating him. Somebody going to get hurt real bad. So, number 4, Russell Peters.
Good old Brampton boy. My sister ran into him at a Baskin Robbins one time.
Really?
Yeah, it was like when he was kind of like on the cusp. He had just come out with that Comedy Central thing. And someone she was with knew who he was. And so he came over to the table and was like talking to them or whatever. Because I was like, oh, you're Russell Peters again. So my sister had no idea who he was. He's like, oh, like you haven't heard of it, like you haven't seen me on the thing. And she's like, oh no. He's like, oh, like I do this joke about this, whatever. She's like, no. I was like, damn, that was Russel Peters. Now we know.
I wonder what flavor ice cream he got. Seems like a peanut butter kind of guy. Just because he's brown.
Oh yeah, racist son of a bitch. All right, my number 3, Chris D'Elia.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this guy.
Yeah, Chris D'Elia is not a massive comedian. He's been on some TV shows here and there, but he's a very funny stand-up comedian. He's got a podcast as well.
Does he?
Yeah, and it's called Congratulations.
He's a competition, and you're shouting him out.
Yeah, it's not his podcast. Like I don't know,
the ScruffCast, a friendly podcast.
Okay. But I just think he's really funny. He was actually another one of our friends who turned me on to him, and went and saw him live actually. Oh. Yeah, I got to see him live in Toronto. It was he's really good. I like him a lot.
Oh, I saw Aziz Ansari live as well.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Some sort of comedy festival type thing in Toronto. All right, number 3. Now, my top 3, I had trouble ranking them, but number 3, I put Eddie Murphy.
Oh, now, great decision.
He hasn't done stand-up in, like, I don't know, he only had 2 specials way back in the day. But god damn, those specials were really good.
Yeah.
Delirious was the first one, and then Raw was the second one. Or maybe, I think it was Delirious was first. And he was only, like, 19 at the time.
He was pretty young.
He was pretty young.
Early 20s or something like that, yeah.
It was, like, huge, like, national tour, whatever he did.
I was watching Raw. Raw was one where he's in the red jumpsuit, right?
I think that was Delirious.
Okay.
One or the other.
I was watching it the other day, and like...
I feel like you have this, like, uncanny ability to always have watched something recently, that's like come into conversation.
Yeah, because
You didn't know we were going to do this.
I do a whole lot of nothing, I guess. Whenever Anna goes to sleep, that's when I get to to do all this random stuff. And like the amount of times he says like fag or faggot within like the first 5 minutes of that set, it's so funny. Like he would just get roasted.
Oh yeah, dude.
But back then it was like
trying to cancel us for you just quoting it.
I know, yeah. Oh, ScruffCast got canceled now.
You can't cancel us.
Uncancellable.
Your hate will just make us stronger.
Oh, I like that. Okay. Matt, we're number 2. Number 2. This is a hard one to put at number 2. This could easily be a number 1, but I'm going to go number 2. Bill Burr. Now, again, me and John actually got the chance to see him live in Toronto.
Yes.
Fantastic. He's got an amazing podcast. That's not even a competition. It's not even remotely close.
And
his podcast destroys this.
It's just him sitting there.
He's just one of the most, like, I think, naturally funny people. Like, his podcast is... It's literally just you're watching just free, like, listening to his free comedy. Because he's just... It's just him by himself talking. It's so good. Like,
we really got into his podcast, right? We were like, we'd listen each week and say, oh, do you listen to the podcast? And then... That was when we got tickets to go and see him, and it was like him just doing the podcast, but on stage. He's just talking, the stories. He's got his dog, he's got his wife, blah blah blah.
He just had the daughter.
Kid. Yeah,
he's awesome.
Great choice.
Bill Burr, yeah.
Bill Burr Monday morning podcast. Oh, dude, I'd love to get him on the podcast.
Oh, that'd be I don't even think about it.
All right,
he's got a new special coming out in a couple weeks, on Netflix.
Yes, Paper Tiger. I think.
Yeah. Can't wait.
My number 2. Now I had a hard time with 1 and 2 as well. And I put Dave Chappelle as my number 2.
Fantastic choice.
Now, everyone knows Dave Chappelle from back in the day, right? He had a handful of specials, and then he had the Chappelle Show.
Yeah.
Then he disappeared, and then he came back. I think it'd been like 10 years or something, with a couple of Netflix specials last year. So he had like 4 on there, and he just put a new one on, which I've yet to watch, but I've been hearing it's pretty good, especially because the best recommendation you can give is all the people saying, oh, it's problematic, you can't watch it. Then I'm like, damn, it's probably pretty good.
Then I gotta watch this.
Watch this. It's just the way he tells his stories. Like, I don't know. He's just really, really good. It's just like such a shitty explanation, but I just don't know what it is.
You know what? I actually watched a little quote. I was going to show you this earlier. I forgot. But it was a little quote. Jamie Foxx was talking with Jerry Seinfeld on the Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. And he was talking about Dave Chappelle. He said, and just talking about how funny he is and stuff. And he said, one of the funniest things Dave Chappelle does is he uses really smart words with his hood talk as well. Just like the way he phrases stuff together. So he'd be telling like a hood story and then throw in like a super smart word, and just the way he does it's so funny. He's like, yeah, man, and I was getting cracking. I was in this predicament. He'll just say these crazy words, right? Predicament's obviously not that crazy of a word, but.
Hey, but Dave Chappelle
I'm not smart enough to think of anything else.
Dave Chappelle gets to write his jokes.
I'll show you the clip later, and it's funny, yeah. All right, my honorable mention. Nathan Slosky.
Oh, that's a good honorable mention.
Off the board. Now, some of you know Nathan Slosky. He's actually a friend of ours. He's actually also Pat Ernst. He's got a lot of names, this guy.
Yes, you hear him every week in our intro and outro music.
Yeah. He's the person who does the songs for the podcast. Not that he did them specifically for our podcast.
No, definitely
not.
We couldn't commission anybody to do this.
No. But he also is a stand-up comedian. He does stand-up, and I've gone to see him a handful of times. And just being a friend of his, he just never ceases to make me laugh. He's constantly making me laugh all the time. He's just one of the funnier people I've met just in my life.
I can't disagree.
He's an honorable mention.
Tom as well, and he's talking about shooting geese out of a gun.
Yeah, geese cannon.
Yeah, fun times. All right.
that was a good bit.
Yeah. It was.
I can't even do it.
We can't even do it justice.
Yeah.
My honorable mention. Now I put him on here as an honorable mention because I only saw one of his specials. I don't even know if I watched the whole thing. Just randomly, on Thanksgiving, I was on the Jaime side of the family, right?
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever heard of this comedian, Joe Coy. Have you ever heard of this guy?
Is he Asian?
He's Asian. He's Filipino or something. He just tells the stories about his mom beating the shit out of them with shoes and stuff.
Okay,
and,
I know who he is.
Growing up and being gay or something.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny, but I only saw that one thing, so he can't crack the top 5.
Fair enough. Yeah. It's tough too because there's like so many comedians out there where I've seen like bits and pieces of. George Carlin is one of them, who's like a legend, obviously. Richard Pryor.
Yeah, Richard Pryor. I've seen some of his stuff, but like, it's tough because I don't know. Some things have like aged, you know.
Yeah, and like that wasn't our time. These guys that we talk about here a little more our time, maybe besides Eddie Murphy, but he's closer our time than Richard Pryor.
But Eddie Murphy's specials were so good that those two from way back when is good enough to.
Yeah,
those are.
All right, my number one, Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, I knew when it wasn't number two, I knew it was going to be.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle. Like as much as I love Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle's by far my favorite comedian. It's not even really close. I think he's just the smartest comedian, the funniest comedian. Just the way he delivers all the jokes, he's just so good. Like he's got the old specials, which are fantastic, and then, like you said, he went away for a while, and then he came out with these new specials, and like these new specials are probably even better than his old ones. And he's like still killing it. He's still like just amazing up there. And what's actually funny is it was actually Nate who showed me. Did you ever see that show Inside the Actors Studio?
Yes.
Yeah, so he was on Inside the Actors Studio once before, and he was on there. It was like somewhat recently. It was like after he left and came back, but before he put out these specials. It was sometime in between there. So he's on the Actors Studio, whatever. And then the guy who runs the Actors Studio was on, like, being interviewed on it. They decided, so they had to bring in a guest, and he asked for Dave Chappelle to come host him, because like that's how much respect he had for Dave Chappelle as a person, right? Like, so I thought that was kind of cool. But
the thing about Dave Chappelle is that when he's up there telling his jokes, it doesn't really feel like he's telling you jokes.
No, he's just
It almost just feels like he's just telling you stories.
Yeah,
but yet he's getting you to laugh.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
he is. I don't know.
He's one person.
He's really good.
One person too. I don't know if I'll ever be able to see live. He's just like, he doesn't really do a lot of like stuff, and when he does, it sells out instantly. He doesn't do tours, you know.
No.
He just doesn't do that kind of stuff anymore.
Dude, he's like the Daft Punk of stand-up comedians.
Yeah, he just, you know what I mean? Yeah, the Eminem. Like he's in and out. Like he'll give you a special, and that's really all you
gotta lock up your phones.
Yeah,
but I'm sure a bunch of them do that nowadays.
Yeah.
Because it would be annoying, right?
Oh, of course, yeah. All right, your number one.
My number one, no surprise, was Bill Burr. Now, I feel like the reason he got the edge over Dave Chappelle is just because of how much more material I've heard from him, because I used to listen to the podcast. So I'd have him, talking right into my earbuds for an hour every single week. Right?
Yeah. That is true.
But like, what can we say we didn't say already before, right? Like,
yeah, we've kind of gone through these.
It is really already tough to pick between him and Dave Chappelle. They're different, but they're just so
completely
good.
Different comedians, but they're both good in their own way.
Yeah,
I like it too, because like Bill Burr's definitely not. There's like, what's funny is one person we never brought up was Kevin Hart.
Yeah, he's funny.
I like Kevin Hart a lot. Like I've watched pretty much all of his stand-up specials. I think they're funny. I think he can be really funny. But these guys, there's just something about them. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's almost like a hipster type thing, right? When they're like not as famous, it's like there's a little more there. Like Bill Burr, Bill Burr's not even as famous as Dave Chappelle. Like Dave Chappelle's like he's pretty big. Everybody knows Dave Chappelle, right? You know what I mean? And he's like known as one of the greatest stand-up comedians ever too. Like,
for good reason, of course.
Absolutely.
I feel like the thing is because when you hear them talk, especially like Bill Burr, because you'll hear him on the podcast,
they
just feel like they're honest,
Yeah, there's no front, which you don't get that feeling with Kevin Hart.
No, because his career exploded. He's in movies with The Rock.
Literally everywhere.
He's got The Rock cradling him as a baby.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. There's the top 5.
That was a good one.
That was a great one. Yeah.
I'll be curious to see if the listeners write in. I can picture some of the listeners being like, I can't think of 5. Well, write in your top 3.
Makes me want to go back and watch some Dave Chappelle stand specials.
Yeah.
Or Bill Burr. Bill Burr's got some really good ones too.
It's just Netflix. So easy with Netflix now.
It's talking about how he'd lower the population by killing all the people on cruise ships.
Yeah,
that is such a good bit. That's the problem. You can never explain comedy bits. Even when you try, it's like I was trying to tell you about the new Dave Chappelle special earlier. It's like it's too hard, right? You just have to watch for yourself, because you can't even come close to doing the joke justice. You can't even come close.
Yeah, it's the delivery.
It's the delivery. Yeah, it's not even the joke half the time. It's the delivery. So, all right, there we go. Another podcast done. This is a long one. I'm really tired.
53 minutes. Where are we right now? It'll be slightly longer by the time the listeners here because, we've picked some part for the intro and stuff.
And do all that crazy stuff.
If you're out there, we're back. I'll be back for the next 2 weeks. Dan's going away.
Yeah, I
the
won't
listeners
be here.
will miss you. You can still write in.
I might write in.
Oh, no, I was talking like the listener. You can write in, too.
Oh. Yeah, no, I'll write in.
I'll
be away, so if I got the Wi-Fi at the hotel, I'll listen to you guys on the beach. Whoever you got next week.
There you go.
Okay. I just might do that.
Here's the thing. If I have 2 guest hosts, do I want to get the home run hitter for the first week or the second week? Because first week,
whoever it is, you can't let them know.
I can't let them know.
You can't let them know what decision you went with because they're going to be like, oh, man, I'm just a garbage man,
Because the first week it could be like, you want to come on strong, so listeners are like, 2 weeks out of this. But if the first episode's weaker, you want to finish strong with that second episode. So
of course, yeah.
Don't worry, we still got it.
Well, no pressure, but they just got to come on and do their thing too.
Yeah.
No pressure though, obviously.
We'll see.
Right.
Maybe it'll just be me by myself. Bill Burr can do it.
That's true, man. I think you should give it a shot. If it doesn't work out, then you bring someone on.
There you go. I got lots of stuff. Half the agenda was just random things I was thinking about.
There you go.
Maybe I'll just keep a mic on me for the whole week.
And then just piece it into a podcast. Yeah. Not a bad idea.
All right. Well, tell your friends.
Yep.
Review us everywhere. Give us that thumb up on YouTube. I'm doing a literal thumbs up right now, but nobody can see.
I can see. You are.
Email us, scruffcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter.
Instagram
at the ScruffCast.
Leave your comments on the YouTube page. John does all those fun pictures on there. I don't even know what they're
thumbnails.
Called. Thumbnails.
Yeah.
He does all those fun
whatever
things.
You want to call.
Check them out. They're usually worth
the price of admission, which is free.
Absolutely.
God damn, you guys are lucky.
All right. I think that's it. We'll wrap it up.
That'll do.
So anyway, for me, I guess, I'll be back here in 3 weeks, I guess.
I guess so.
Jeez.
Well, enjoy your time away.
I will. Thanks very much.
Try not to miss us too much.
I won't. I'll be listening on the beach. I can't wait.
Damn, I'm jealous.
You should be. All right. That is the end of episode 66 of the ScruffCast. Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll catch you next week.
As I'm watching her go, all I'm thinking is, oh damn, that bad thing. I can tell you're really good at distracting.